So my very first astral projection experience was definitely, well, they were all cool experiences. In fact, all of my astral projection experiences were probably, I'd label like the best experiences I ever had in my life. I had already been an avid fan of Sylvia Browne and read a lot of her books, and she talked about astral projection in depth. So before I'd had this experience, I'd already learned about it, I guess, or knew of it. So I guess that sort of helped with the experience. But the best way to describe it is after I laid down, I was going to bed. I started having this experience, which I equate to the spins. It's when you drink too much alcohol and you start spinning right before you're going to puke. And I was like laying there and I was like, oh my God, I haven't been drinking. So I don't know why I'm experiencing the spins. But since I hadn't been drinking, I wasn't worried about puking. So I was like, well, I'll just go with it. Just go with it. And so I let it go and I just went with it. And after a minute or so, I don't know, it kind of went away. And I was just laying there. And by the way, through the whole experience, I actually never opened up my eyes until the very end because I was sort of, I don't know, I guess I get this weird thing. It's like I feel like if I don't see it, it can't hurt me kind of a thing. I don't know. So I'm laying there and all of a sudden I get this feeling like, all of a sudden, like almost like my legs are in the air feeling and my head is below my bed feeling. Like that's just how I felt. It's hard to describe. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I slowly started to feel like I was like starting to like float up, like go up and up. I'm like, oh, okay, this is definitely strange. And so I was like, okay, so I'm just going with it. And I'm floating up. And then all of a sudden I like feel like I hit the ceiling. I'm assuming it's a ceiling. It feels like there's a hard surface there. And then I feel myself like sort of like bobble on the ceiling, like as if a balloon is bobbing on the top of a ceiling. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then slowly I start to feel myself like slowly go through the ceiling. And it's like I could feel the physicalness of the ceiling, like that there was physicalness there, but I could still move through it. It was like moving through sludge almost. It was like I was slowly just moving through sludge.